All right, so for the squat, first off, we're going to do where the bar should be positioned on your back and how to hold the bar. So we want to do a low bar squat we were aiming for. So if you don't know the difference between low bar and a high bar squat, high bar, it's basically referring to where the bar is sitting on your traps, okay, or on your back. A high bar squat is very high up on the neck here, okay? So if we're gonna squat like this, if we have the bar really high, our torso is going to have to be very upright, our knees are going to be very far forward, and we have to squat high like this, okay? So it's a very high looking squat, all right? In terms of, again, the torso angle, I look like an L shape. Whereas a low bar squat, and this is where I want you to put the bar. I want the bar lower, so where your shoulder blade is, there's a top border of the shoulder blade. So there's a bony bit right on top of the shoulder blade, the edge of it, okay? The bar is gonna be on the top edge of that shoulder blade. So it's not sitting like, you know, on the whole shoulder blade, like it's not sitting in the middle, it's just on the top border, okay? Another way to look at it, where your meaty part of your trap is, okay? So where it kind of stops being meaty and like the meaty bit of your trap meets like that bone at the back there, that is the top border of your shoulder blade or your scapula. So that is where we are going to be placing the bar on our back. So when you're doing a low bar squat, because the bar is lower down your back, you have a more forward angle in your chest, okay? The hips go more behind the bar, all right, whereas the high bar squat, the knees were very forward in front of the bar and the hips were straight down. A low bar squat, that the knees are a little bit more closer to the bar, but the hips are behind the bar. And with that, your angle of your torso is going to be more forwards now, rather than being straight up. So what that is going to look like is, so I'm shoving the bar down into that top border of my scapula, okay? So with this, now, you're gonna see that my chest is more leaned over, okay? And my hips are behind the bar, all right? So, that is the difference between a high bar and a low bar squat. So we will be doing a low bar squat. Now, so we've already been over where to place the bar on the back. So now we're going to go over how to actually hold the bar. So traditionally, most people, they just grab the bar. So they put they just grab the bar. They put the thumb around the bar like this. Okay, they'll grab it like this. The bar's kind of high up in the palm here. Go like this, and then when they come out, the wrist is turned back like this, okay? So if you ever get wrist pain in the squat, it's probably because how you're holding the bar. You can see that because my wrist is stacked under the bar, so some of that force, some of the force from the bar is getting received in the wrist, okay? And that's how you can get wrist pain. I don't like holding the bar like that. What I prefer is that we're going to put the thumb over the bar, all right? Where the bar is going to sit, it's not high up in the palm here. It's in this kind of like, where like there's a fat bit of your palm, right? It's just like above there sort of thing. Some people make the mistake when I show them this. They put their hand too high up and they're literally hitting the bar like in this part of the hand. So it should be a little bit here, okay? Your thumb is going to be on top of the bar, all right? So thumb on top of the bar and kind of that fat bit of your palm, all right? When you, I jumped ahead as well. When you're setting the height of the bar for squats, the bar should be about this bit here. Like, you know, just kind of like that little divot that you got, like, you know, between your collarbones there. It's around there. You don't want to hear like at your neck, but you don't want to like halfway down your chest as well. It should be in that kind of like top, you know, portion of your chest. All right, so that's where the bar should be. When I'm going under the bar, look at the markings of the bar. All right, I'm looking at the sharp bit here. So I'm going to put my thumb over. I'm going to line myself up. So I'm getting my feet directly under the bar and I'm lining the sharp bit because I'm like, yep, that's in the middle of me. Now from here, I'm not doing a split stance, okay? I've got my feet together. From here, I just need to come back and come straight under, all right? Because now I'm probably going to be somewhere in the middle of the bar. I'm going to get my feet under the bar. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the bar a little bit lower to where I want the bar to be. So I'm going to put the bar basically on my shoulder blades because when I go under, look at my wrist, see how that turns back, okay? So before I come up, I'm going to roll my wrist up, okay? And then I can come out, all right? So again, you're going to go under, you're going to start the bar a little bit lower because where you want it to start because the wrist is going to be turned back. And then you're going to roll the wrist and the bar is going to move up slightly. So now all of the palm is on top of the bar and all of the bar is on your back, all right? Some people make the mistake that when they're rolling the wrist, they're trying to roll and they're like, I tell them to do this. Like I tell them to turn like this. But they do this with the elbows and they're like, I can't move my wrist. It's because they're doing this with the elbows. All you need to do, you don't need to do anything with the elbows. It's just, you're just turning the wrist. It's like a motorbike, but in reverse, okay? So you just need to turn the wrist to get the palm over. Why we grab the bar like that is because now all of the bar is on my shoulders and all of my palm is on top of the bar, okay? So now, one, you're not going to get you're not going to get wrist pain. Two, when I've got the bar on my back, I am not just simply holding the bar. I am pulling the bar down into my back. It's like I'm getting a lat pull down, doing a pull down. I'm pulling the bar down into my back. I'll show you how to do that in a sec. When I pull the bar down into my back, it achieves two things. One, when I pull like this, my upper back muscles are getting tight, okay? I want to have my shoulder blade, they're kind of like retracting my shoulder blades. Because when I got like a big heavy weight on my back, when I get down to the bottom, I don't want to round like this. All right, if my upper back rounds, then the bar goes forward, goes over my toes, and then, you know, if it's too heavy, the bar flies over our head. So it's to keep the efficiency of the movement so the bar stays in a straight up or down line over the midfoot. So again, if the upper back rounds like this, then the bar's going to go forward and now the bar is not in our midfoot anymore. So that's one reason why we pull down the bar. Two, we want to pull the bar down hard so the bar doesn't roll on our back, so it doesn't roll up or down. Because again, if the bar's moving, it's going outside of the midfoot, so then the movement's going to become inefficient, okay? Because it's not in a straight up and down line over my midfoot anymore. Because that's essentially what we're trying to do in a squat. We are squatting down, keeping that bar in a straight line. If I'm looking at the edge of the barbell, should be in a straight line over my midfoot, okay? Because gravity works up and down. If the bar goes outside of my midfoot, not only am I using my muscles to move the bar up and down, but now I have to try to move the bar backwards, okay? So we can keep our balance, all right? So any horizontal deviation of the bar is wasted energy. It's making the movement inefficient. Back to how to hold the bar. So thumbs over, okay? Lower part of the palm, come forward so the sharp bit is in the middle of your chest. Feet under, you can come directly under. Start the bar a little bit lower down your back than you want it to be. Now I can roll my hands up, okay? Now, in this position, and I just did kind of do 2 steps out. So when I'm here, watch, I pop up. After I've rolled my hands, I just need to do 2 steps. 1, 2, that's it. Got my foot width, all right? And now I'm ready to squat. Again, all of the bar is on my back and all of the palm is on top of the bar. Before I squat, so the pulling down movement that I said, watch the bar. I'm pulling the bar down into my back. Watch again. I'm going to pull it down now. All right? So again, I'm pulling the bar. It's like I'm trying to bend the bar around my back. I am always, in the setup of your squat, you're always pulling the bar down. So before you come out, for each rep, before you come down, pull the bar down in your back. You're always actively pulling the bar down throughout the whole movement. So as I come down, I'm pulling the bar down into my back. As I stand up, I'm continuing to pull the bar down into my back. All right. When I get to the top, I'm going to re-pull the bar down into my back. So you're always doing it, all right? Do not let go of the pulling down of the bar. After I have come out and I'm standing there with the bar on my back, how we're going to change the squat, your squat, is I want a more forwards lean in the chest. So when I'm down at the bottom, there's two cues that we can use. You can use either one, whichever works for you, all right? But there should be a forward lean in the squat. So one, if there was a laser beam shooting at your chest, the laser beam should be about 1/2 meter in front of you, okay? So if I'm here, all right, laser beam is shooting here. If I had a bar on my back, you can see laser beam is shooting here. All right, that's one cue. The other one that works well for most people is nipples to knees, okay? So if I think nipples to knees, it's the same thing, all right? You're getting in the same position. So with your eyes as well, do not look forward, look down 1/2 meter in front of you. I want you to pick a point on the floor and you are looking at that point throughout the entire squat, okay? You don't want to be looking up here or look down, come like that, and then when you come up, then you change your eyes and you're looking at a different point. When your body follows where your eyes are looking, particularly your chest. So if you're looking down here, your chest is going to go like this. If you look up, you're likely to bend your back like this, and it changes the position of your squat and the position of your hips and your knees. We don't want that. Eyes focused on one point. So the two things you're going to work on when you get down to the bottom of the squat is my chest down to the floor. Next, my knees, okay? When I'm in the bottom portion of the squat, my knees should not go further than my toes, all right? So if you watch here, watch my knees in line with my toes. Hopefully this isn't in the way. Give me a sec, just in case you can't see my knees. I think you can see me here now. All right, if I had a bar on my back, my knees in line with my toes, all right, my chest is shooting down here, all right. That is where I'm squatting to. Not here, knees too far forward, torso too upright. High bar squat, we're not doing that. Low bar squat like this, knees in line with toes. Laser beam shooting down here, okay? A cue that I'll give you, so in the top 1/3 of the movement, so from here to here, your knees are going to have to shove forward by some amount, okay? They have to come forward. How far your knees come forward here, from here to here, that's as far as the knees have to drift forward. If I ever say knee drift, I'm referring to the knees drifting too far forward over your toes. So your knees are going to go from here to here, and it's like they've hit an imaginary wall. Now watch, I can complete the rest of my squat, and my knees are not going to move forward from this position. Watch my knees. See that? So from here, I can go to here to here. My knees move forward. Now to drop down the rest. My knees did not shove forward. So again, your knees should not go past over your toes. For majority of people watching this, okay? There might be some exceptions to the rule. If it is you, I will tell you. But that's as far as your knees have to go. So, I just gave you a lot of cues, but we're gonna compact them and give you a process now, okay? So the first bit is obviously grabbing the bar. So phase one of the deadlift squat is getting the bar in the right position, grabbing the bar. So again, thumbs over, bar in the lower part on the top border of your shoulder blades. Step out, step out. Now in the setup phase of your squat, when you're here, I want you to make sure your weight is in the middle of the feet, all right? Because you might be like, especially between reps, you might fall into your toes, fall into your heels and whatnot. Always your weight is in the middle of your feet. Make sure the weight's in the middle of your feet. Pull the bar down hard into your back. I want you to breathe and brace in your midsection. If you don't know how to do that, I'll make a separate video on like another time. Through the mouth. Big breath. Squeeze your stomach so your abs are tight, okay? Big breath through the mouth. So your setup phase has three things. One is my weight in my midfoot. Two, have I pulled the bar down into my back? Or sorry, I should do two. Step two is breathe and brace. Step three is pull the bar down into my back. If it's a checklist, if yes to all those three things, now I come down from my squat. When I'm coming down, just focus on the end point. The end point. One is my knees in line with my toes. Two is my chest down, and I've got that laser beam shooting out my chest, or nipples to knees, okay? When you get to the top, you wait. You redo your checklist. One, weight in the midfoot. Two, breathe and brace. Three, pull the bar down into your back, and now you go for your next repetition. I am going to do a bunch of squats now, and you'll see all those steps. So, thumb over. Line the middle bar in my chest, feet are under the bar. Bar is lower than I need it to be. Get my feet under. Now I can roll my hands up. It's like a reverse motorbike. Pop straight out. I'm going to let it settle. I'm actually already pulling the bar down into my back pretty hard. I just need to do 2 steps. 1, 2, okay? Feet about shoulder width apart or slightly over shoulder width with your toes pointing outwards. All right, now I have big breath. Pull the bar down into my back. I'm holding my breath throughout the whole way, so I'm going to hold my breath as I come down and up and then breathe out at the top, but I'm going to talk through it because I'm talking. All right, big breath. As I come down, it's going to be chest, laser beam down to the floor, my knees in line with my toes, straight up. I'm going to do it in fast motion. I'm going to shut up now. When I'm racking the bar, don't look at one side, okay? If you look at one side, then the other side like helicopters out. If I go straight, I just need to walk straight into this, and then it slides down. And then I'm done. So that is all the steps for your squat. Try your best to mimic those steps. When you send me your videos each week, we will refine and we'll make your squat better each week.